coming into the Grimm room. And this is also a GTT room, and again, Bill Parrish. Bill, how are you again?
Hey, very good. Good to see you again, Peter.
Good to see you too. You have, and are bringing in the Grimm product, and I think it's one of the most revolutionary products, one-stop solution products in high-performance audio today.
Absolutely. It's definitely not a Me Too product.
I agree with that. Why don't you give us a short walkthrough of how the product works and how it operates, and what do you think it sounds like and what the benefits are?
Well, Grimm is a system. This is not just a loud speaker, but it is an entire system here. Obviously, you can see that it looks like a speaker. You've got a mid-bass unit, the tweeter, and this is the LS1 S meaning subwoofer.
Okay.
So that's an option, which is down here.
Oh, look at that, I'd say.
Upward firing bass unit. As I said, it's a system, and right now I've shown you the speaker. It's a powered speaker. So all the electronics are in the speaker. In that subwoofer, you have a 400-watt Hypex amplifier. And then in this lower left leg of each speaker are other electronics.
Let's get around and show the inputs on that. Coming around the back now.
Okay, so the inputs are done SPDIF via Cat5. Just one cable coming from the source, or you can do an analog input on an XLR connection. So what you have is you have a digital to analog converter, an analog to digital converter, an electronic crossover. You have DSP for driver control, or driver correction, and that's not, people hear DSP and they instantly think room correction. It's not room correction, it's driver correction. So every single speaker that leaves the Grimm factory measures exactly the same. Then there's an electronic crossover as well, and then there's two Encore amplifiers built into there as well, one for the mid-bass unit and one for the tweeter. So I mentioned that there's Hypex amps and Encore amps in this speaker, and that's because the speaker was designed about 90% by Bruno Putzis of UCD fame. One other thing to note is one thing that made Grimm very famous in the pro world, they're in almost every studio, is their CC1 clock, their master clock that eliminates jitter. And in the Grimm system, you have 3 CC1 circuits, one in each speaker. And then if we walk over to where our source is, which is, by the way, the only thing that you need to add in a Grimm system, there's a USB interface box, and there's also a CC1 circuit in that.
Let's go take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, why don't you show us how you operate the system?
Okay, yeah, it's a system, so it also comes with this digital switcher control box. You can change the volume here, you can mute it, and you can change your sources. Digital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10, and then there is an analog input as well. Then comes with this LS1 interface box that also acts as a USB interface. So with the Grimm system, you just need to add a source. What we're doing is we're running JRiver, and we're coming USB out of the computer into the box, and that is the source. When plugging, Grimm gives you some free software downloadable on their webpage. You can select different inputs with that software. You can do left to right, you can do volume control. Basically, if you don't want to use the box or a wireless remote control, which will also do all these features, you can sit at the computer and control the system as well. And then there's some preferences when you set it up. We're at the Grimm LS1 USB interface because that's what we're using. This is a for the lights on the speaker. We've dimmed it There's you can do simulation on these speakers. We're not engaging that, but you could simulate them to be small. You can simulate them to be ported.
How about that?
You choose whether you're going in, everything, all cabling's included, and it's SPDIF over Cat5 cable is how you transmit the data. And you choose if you're going into the left speaker and then daisy chaining over to the right, or going into the right speaker over to the left. If you have children that like to crank up your system when you're not home, it has an excursion limiter that will only let you play so loud, protect the speakers so you don't come home and your drivers are laying on the floor. If you like to get a little heavy-handed yourself after a night of drinks, it has a warning indicator. So when you're about ready to overdrive the speaker, the little eye on Grimm on the faceplate is a fiber optic light. It will start flashing for you. It says, hey, back it off. Phase correction. You can have on or off. We keep it on. We want phase as accurate as possible. With the DSP, you can tell it if you're towing in the speaker 45 degrees or 30 degrees. You can set analog reference levels so it matches the same level as the digital, the low cut frequency, on and on. Firmware updates are available. Download from the net and do a software dump. Here's an interesting thing. So you can always, the Grimm system, the LS1, the whole system is $29,900. And with the LS1S, it's $39,900. The S being the subwoofer. In the software, you tell it that it has either no sub, or it has a sub, or you can use it with a non-Grimm sub.
Oh, good.
And there's some adjustments that you can make there. And then you can also choose how you want the remote control to look.
Cool.
So that's the Grimm system, Peter. And we've had very good success with it. It's sounding great here at the show. We have 100% wife acceptance factor. It's the first time that there's a truly lifestyle product out there at the top end.
Well, the proof is in the listening.
Okay.
Let's listen up next. I did a little bit of test listening when we were ripping a track of AVShowrooms, and it sounded very realistic. Some of the best sound I had heard off that track here at the show. So let's sit down and let's everybody else see if they agree with us.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Thanks.
I remember when you went away that day, that day. You didn't really have much left to say that day, that day. Sometimes it all just gets too much. I miss you, your voice, I miss your touch. It feels like years, please dry my tears. I remember when you went away that day, that day. Sometimes I catch you out of the corner of my eye, but I know it can't be you, and then I'm trying not to cry. My mind believes you're coming back, but my heart is all the fears. Please dry my tears, dry my tears. tears. 'Cause you're the only one who can. And when I reach out in the dark, hoping for some light, some spark, please calm my fears. Please dry my tears. Sometimes it all just gets too much. I miss you, your voice, I miss your touch. It feels like years, please dry my tears. I remember when you went away, that day, that day. I just can't move, I just can't think. Dishes piled up in the sink.
Beautiful reverb on
Can't
Dry
feel
My
my
Tears.
hands, my eyes, my ears.
It doesn't sound at all like digital.
Please calm my fears.
Sounds like music. Great sound from Grimm Audio.
Please dry my tears.
Outstanding.